welcome to Tibalt's Apprentice, and this is going to be a slightly different Cruel Realities, and it's not at all how I intended on doing this episode. There may be more episodes to spring forth from this one here, but this number one is to say thank you to you new folks that have bought cards from me through TCG Player, through my store on TCG Player. You know who you are. I'm not going to call you out by name or embarrass you in that way. But thank you very much for joining us here and tuning in to Tibalt's Apprentice. And as a special thank you, I guess, we're going to talk about a little bit about the next cards that are on the way here. That is to say, the next couple of sets, we're going to have Kaldheim, Ikoria, and some 2020 cards. If you want any of those, or if you were looking for any of the 40K cards, you're going to have, well, you'll kind of have first crack at them because you're going to know who I am and what's going on there. For everybody else, they're going to have to wait a little bit later in this video to find out exactly what's going on. So, having said that, welcome to Tibalt's Apprentice. This Cruel Realities episode is to talk a little bit about selling cards, selling Magic cards. Up to this point, Cruel Realities has always been a look at selling on the secondary market, but specifically selling to people's buy lists. A lot of you already know that if you've watched these before, you know that I was going to the Star City Games buy list and so on. I did try a couple of other ones along the way or whatever, but Star Cities always seemed to give the best price, and I'd already had a relationship with them, so that was easy enough to do. But it looks like technology has finally caught up with and made it easier for me to activate my store that I had at TCG Player. You can download the app for TCG Player from the Google Store or whatever your appropriate phone is there. And that has allowed me to scan cards immediately and know what the value is. In the past, I would sell on eBay or other sources. I had to look the card up by hand. I had to find out what's going on. We're talking about years ago now. But now it's as simple as sliding the card underneath the scanner, which happens to be my phone. And I can now find the price, a quick reference for any card that's out there. So that has made things just that much easier for me to activate the store. Like I said, I set up a TCG Player store quite some time, and I've never mentioned the name of it on here. So if you are coming to me through Tibalt's Apprentice and this is all new to you, it's Dark Ritual. That is, excuse me, the name of the store. Now, several people have bought from me already, and they may or may not have been surprised to get letters in the mail labeled or with a business card for Tibalt's Apprentice in there, but I'm sure you folks are finding your way to me through that now. And so welcome here. Here for those players, for those people. I do a YouTube channel here with obviously content on Commander, on occasionally on selling cards, and on a lot of arena play, or a little bit of arena play. Nothing too spectacular, too good. I guess what I really like to concentrate on is deck techs for Commander and such. That being an eternal format, it's well worth playing and enjoying, and I try to keep it generally positive here. But so that's for the new folks. For those of you that have been here all along, what changed? Again, it was basically just the downloading of that TCG Player app that I can scan the cards. Roughly speaking, I've got this whole business started for under about $100, so I will talk more about that if anybody is interested on what they can do to do their own TCG Player store. I will probably, if you want, make some videos about that. All I really need and all I really do is I crack packs. I immediately take the cards that are of value, put them into a sleeve, get them ready to sell. And yeah, that's it. I get them ready to sell by sticking them in a sleeve. Uploading them to TCG Player, putting a reasonable price on them. Sometimes a little bit lower generally than the market price so that they sell. What's going to happen after that, or what happens after that, is I now have a rubber stamp that says Tibalt's Apprentice, so that's going to be going on the end of the envelope. After that rubber stamp goes on there, I will print out the order from TCG Player. That gives me a shipping label. Well, actually, what it gives me is a packing slip. So what I've been doing up to this point is cutting off that packing slip top that has their address on there so that I don't misspell anything. That gets taped onto the front of the envelope. The card itself goes into a shipping shield. Of course, they get one of those sexy, sexy business cards of mine that has Tibalt's Apprentice with a logo on it. And make sure that that gets ready to go, gets taped to the envelope, put into the envelope, and is really ready to go. Throw a stamp on it. Cards over $20 do get insurance and a tracking number. Anything under 20, I'm sorry, like I can't afford to put tracking on there and so on. So that's kind of too bad. But generally with the business class envelopes or with the first class things, you're going to get your cards within about a week. I try to stamp those and get those ready to go as soon as the order comes in. The only time that you're going to have to wait is when you're making a late Friday night, Saturday, Sunday purchase. You know, I still get them ready as soon as I possibly can, but those won't go into the mail until Monday. So we're talking about business days, but you know, that's how that goes. Anyhow, that's just a quick overview on what's going on with Cruel Realities, what's going on with Dark Ritual Store on TCG Player. And a heads up for those of you that already buy from me, you know now what cards to look for in the next week or so that will be going up. So hopefully there's cards that you can use there. And we'll look forward to it, doing more of these sooner than later. Thanks.